I'd like to take a moment and thank my patrons for helping this channel keep on going. Welcome to the Twisted Tentacle Inn. I'm your innkeeper, Vase Odin, and today we're going to be testing out the Tommy deck that we built earlier last week. Last week we built a Tommy deck using my method of deck building, in which I add a bunch of cards and then remove cards that are either similar purpose as other cards that are better, or just I think I won't need or have too many of. There's a pack of single class investigators that's coming out soon, and I had added 2 cards from one of those packs, and that would be that Clean Them Out and Counterpunch, which are pretty neat cards. Counterpunch giving you an extra attack action during the enemy phase, Clean Them Out giving you resources when you make an attack. They're good cards, but because the deck or the pack will not be out when the league starts, I'm not going to use those cards. So I've gone ahead and replaced those 3 cards with a couple of skill cards, as well as a copy of Emergency Cash. My rational thought is the Clean Them Out was a resource generation, so I needed more resource generation, which I use Emergency Cash now for. And then the other one was just kind of like extra damage, extra combat cards. So I just added some more skill cards to make the deck a little more versatile. Those are all the changes. Now there is a proxy for Spiritual Resolve in my deck. There's 3 copies of that card, but I'm using Rogue card to represent Spiritual Resolve. So don't be thrown off when you see me using that, and I do mention it in the video. So no more wasting time. Let's go ahead and get to the playthrough. Welcome to the Twisted Tentacle Inn. I'm your innkeeper, Vase Odin, and today we're going to be testing a deck that we built in this video that you see up there. And it is a Tommy Muldoon deck that we are using for the League of Extraordinary Investigators. I did make a few changes, which you saw in the beginning of this video. Those changes were done only because the cards that I had to replace were not going to be released in time for the League. So I wanted this deck, before we tested it, to be league legal. So since those 2 cards aren't going to be released, we're going to go ahead and replace those with some skill cards. So the purpose of this playthrough is to test out the deck, see how it performs, and most importantly, see what things we need to adjust, whether we have too many skill cards or too many weapons, so on and so forth, and we'll adjust accordingly. And we're going to run a few play tests after we modify the decks a few times. So I'm not going to be explaining any cards. I'm not going to be explaining any of the locations or anything like that. I'm assuming you know it because that's how we play for the league. If you have any questions or are not familiar with a card, feel free to post a question in the comments. I'll be happy to explain it and go over it and explain which location it comes from. Let me shuffle the decks real quick and then we'll get started. So the purpose of this Tommy deck, I'm not relying heavily on his ability, and that's perfectly fine to build investigators that way, to just kind of take their ability as kind of gravy or icing on the cake. Carolyn is a great example of that. You don't want to rely too heavily on horror healing because, well, you're not always going to be needing to heal horror, so it's usually a bad idea in her case. I feel the same way about Tommy. I feel like putting too much damage soak in there is A, action inefficient, and B, I think that you don't take enough damage or horror to warrant putting a ton of allies and a ton of other stuff. Now, certain decks, sure, that works perfectly fine because they're built for that, and they have ways to maximize his ability using those types of cards. In this case, the deck that I built is really only using 1 card to maximize that, and that is a level 4 card, which I've proxied, by the way. That reminds me. The name escapes me. I'll post it on the screen here so that you know what the name of the card is, but it's releasing with the latest pack that's coming out at the end of April. And I will be getting my copy of the pack probably early next week, so just in time for the league. So for now, I'm keeping that card in the deck, but I've proxied it. So you'll see a rogue card in this deck. There's 3 copies because it's a myriad card. So if you see that rogue card, it is going to be a proxy of that card, which has a willpower icon, costs 3 resources to play, and has 3 horror and 3 damage that you can assign to it. So we've gone ahead and shuffled our cards. Let's get started. We're going to go very fast. We start at Rivertown. There's 1 clue on there. It's a one-shot location, and I totally forgot to deal myself cards. So let's go ahead and deal myself cards. This doesn't get put in. So this is not the greatest starting hand, so we're going to go ahead and scrap the whole thing and do 5 more cards, which this one does not. Okay. Not the best starting hand. I like to have a way to defend myself in my opening hand. It's unfortunate that I didn't get weapons in the first or second set of cards. A bit concerning, but whatever, we'll deal with it. This is the card I was talking about that I'm proxying. So this is a 3-cost, 1 willpower icon, 3 damage and 3 horror asset that goes on the spells asset slot. The good thing with this opening hand is we did get a flashlight. I wish we had gotten more skill cards and more ways to defend ourselves, but we'll just have to deal with it because that's the hand that we were dealt. So let's get started. We're going to pay 2 resources, play our flashlight, which gets 3 supplies on it. Action number 2, we will go ahead and investigate this one-shot location, going a straight shot, a 3 to a 1. And that's a 0, so we pick up the clue. And action number 3, what the heck, since we don't have a way to defend ourselves, at least we can absorb a few hits if we put in our nice asset right here. So it's right there, and then that ends our turn. So we draw a card, and it's an unexpected courage. Definitely will come in handy. We do gain a resource. And that is the end of the round. So we will put a Doom on the agenda, and I'm hoping that we don't get a tough enemy like that, annoying cultist guy, or the other really tough creature. What is it? I forget what it is. All right, so shadowed. If there's no cultist, take 1 horror, and it gains surge. Ouch. So we will put a horror on our little asset here. The card gains surge, and the secret must be kept. Test 3 willpower. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. 3 willpower. We'll take it straight. We'll take the damage on the chin. It's not a big deal. So 3 to 3. A 0. So we actually don't take any damage or horror. Excellent. Turn number 2. Or round 2. We will move to Miskatonic University. It's a 4 shroud with 2 clues. Has a special ability to search your deck for tome or spell. We don't really need that ability, so we're just going to not take advantage of it. We need to investigate here. So we will use a flashlight charge and our unexpected courage. That'll put us at a 5 to a 2. And that's another 0. Wow, gotten 3 zeros in a row. Let me shuffle this. But we do get a clue. So we have 2 clues. We will spend both clues to advance this act at Miskatonic University. And Harlan gets put in East Town. Okay. Action number 2. I'm sorry, action number 3. Let's draw a card. And that's a vicious blow. Okay, that ends our turn. And we draw a card. It is, look what I found. Excellent. And we gain a resource. All right. Moving on, we move on to the Mythos phase. So we put another Doom on the agenda. And on Wings of Darkness, test 4 agility. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror, and then move to a central location. So we have 2 in agility, testing against a 4. We're probably going to fail this. And yeah, we failed. So that's an elder thing. We lose one of our clues, which we don't have any. Thank goodness. So we get to move here, and we take a damage and a horror. We'll put the damage and the horror on our little asset there. All right. Next up, our turn. we're going to move. Yeah. Let's move back to Miskatonic, and we will try to investigate. But first, I don't want to use Look What I Found, because that gets me 2 clues, and I think I want to use that for North Side. So let me draw a card to see if I can get a skill. Our third asset of that one. Action number 3, we'll draw a card again. And I know I'm drawing a lot of cards, emergency cash, but I'd rather that than just take a test and not get anything out of it. Getting a card is better than just failing a test and using an action for that. 7. Okay, turn ends. Draw a card. A glimmer of hope. We're at 8 cards in our hand, so we have to use some cards. And we put a doom on the agenda. We're at 3 doom. And we get a Wizard of the Order. He gets a doom on him at the end of the Mythos phase. We'll place him on North Side. Mythos phase ends, and we place a doom on him. So the agenda's at 4 doom. We need to deal with that guy in the next 2 rounds. But for right now, we can deal with this Miskatonic University. We'll spend a flashlight charge and use Glimmer of Hope, which gets us a wild icon. That puts us at a 4 to a 2. And that's a cultist minus 2. We didn't succeed by 1, so we do take a damage. We'll put it on our little asset here. And then we get a clue. So that is a victory point right there. Very nice. Let's move on up. So we will follow the Wizard of the Order. Action number 2. North Side. It has 2 clues. 3 Shroud. Wizard of the Order, which engages us. And action number 3. Let's hit him with a Vicious Blow. He's got a combat of 4, though. How are we going to do this? We can... Yeah, okay, we'll commit the B-Cop. We have to, because he's got a combat of 4. So we'll commit Vicious Blow and a B-Cop to the test to deal 2 damage. So we're going a 6 to a 4. Minus 1. Good. He's dead. And that's our third action. So, turn ends. Draw a card. Gain a resource. We don't really need this, but it's the icon for the intellect icon is handy, so at least we have that going for us. 4 doom on the agenda, and we get the secret must be kept. Test 3 willpower. If you fail, take damage in a horror. Okay, not a problem. We will test 3 willpower straight up. Minus 2. We failed. Damage in a horror, we'll put it on here. So that's 6 damage, 6 horror on this asset, which means we gain 6 resources because of Tommy's ability. And so that puts us at... Oops, that's clues. So 3... We have 10 resources. And it gets shuffled back into my deck. All right. That was actually good for us. So next move, let's use one of those resources to play Prepared for the Worst. And 9 cards. 1. Okay, so we have 45 and the Colt. Let's go with the 45 because it gives us that +1 in combat. And we'll play it. So we'll spend 3, 4 resources. Action number 2, play the 45. It has 4 ammo. And last but not least, we're going to have to, let's draw a card. Lucky. Okay, good. That's perfect. That turn ends. We draw a card and gain a resource. Another lucky. Gain a resource. So this goes to 3 here. And Doom on the agenda. We're at 5 Doom. Mythos Phase, Words of Power. I hate this card. We have to get rid of it ASAP because you can't damage enemies if that's in play. That's brutal. So let's get rid of it right away. So 2 actions to get rid of it. And let's investigate. So we're going to do an investigation. Straight up, 3 to a 3. It's a skull. Oh, skull gets us because it's the highest doom on the cultist enemy. That's an even check. So we get the clue. Oops. That ends our turn. Draw a card. Unexpected courage. Gain a resource. And the agenda advances. Shuffle the discard pile into the encounter deck. Not a big deal. I think now we're set up to grab these clues quickly. We're going to start moving much faster now. It was a bit of a rough start, I think. So, oops. Okay. Draw our encounter card, and it is Hunting Shadow. You must either spend a clue or take 2 damage. That's an easy one. We'll spend the clue. I'm not too worried about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, our hand is maxed. But that's okay. We've got plans here. We're investigating 3 to a 3. Straight shot. -5. That's a failure. Okay, not good. 3 to a 3. Tablet. Tablet is -2. We're going to use a resource to play lucky. Sorry, the dogs were barking. We had a delivery. So, we said we played lucky, so we nabbed a clue. Out of the location. I can't remember what action number that was. My dogs distracted me. I think that was the first action. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Second action, we're going to put in a little bit of damage buffer and play our little asset thing here again. Third action, we're going to move to downtown. Going to downtown. 2 clues. That ends our turn. Card. There it is again. Resource. And Doom on the agenda. We're at 1 Doom out of 6, and we draw a Wizard of the Order. Okay, any empty location, he retaliates, and he gains Doom every round. We're going to put him at Rivertown. Mythos phase ends. He gets a Doom. Let's try and get these clues quickly, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to use... We're going to have to use our flashlight on this location, putting it a 3 to a 2. +1. I actually got it. So we get a clue. Now we're going to use our unexpected courage, putting us at a 5 to a 4. 0. Perfect. All right, got another victory point. We've got 4 clues on us. Action number 3, we will move to Easttown, where Harlan Ernstone is. And there's a clue there. While we're there, we're going to spend 1 clue to advance that act, which is search for Alejandro. So looks like we have to add Henry Devereaux to Velma's Diner. Okay. So we can try and deal with Harlan first and then come deal with this Wizard of the Order. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll commit the Hollowed Mirror, putting our willpower to a 4. We're testing a 4 to a 4. Wait. Sorry, we can't do that yet. That was the end of our turn. So we draw a card and we gain a resource. I think that's right. I might have messed up that order. Sorry, got a little distracted here. Okay. So Doom on the agenda, and we draw. Oh no, Words of Power. I hate that card. And Doom on the Wizard. We need to deal with him ASAP. So we got to deal with Harlan and then shoot this wizard. So we're going to go to Papi. Come on, Papa. Let's get away from here. All right. My dog's just going to sit in the way then. So we've got Harlan will commit the Hollowed Mirror. And, well, these things have a willpower icon, so I'll commit that too. So that puts us at a 5 to a 4. 0. Good. He is dealt with. This advances. So attach the set-aside Relic of Ages to the Curiosity Shop. There are not fewer than 2 acts in play. So we don't put any acolytes in there. So we put this here. Okay. Action number 2. We'll move into Rivertown, where while we're here, we might as well spend 2 of our 3 clues to advance this act, Trial of the Huntress, and that puts out the Black Cave. So that goes right here with 2 clues on it. That doesn't take an action, so we still had 1 action left. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. We're shooting him with our 45 automatic, 1 ammo, so that puts us at a 5 to a 4. We'll commit the 32 Colt, putting us at a 6 to a 4. Let's do this. Oh, wait, we can't. We cannot do this. Hold on. Back. Because of Words of Power. So while we're at Harlan's, we need to use 2 actions to discard Words of Power. That ends our turn. Draw a card. It is Evidence. Gain a resource. Doom on the agenda. Oh boy. Oh man, look at that. It's Words of Power again. And it really screws us. That really screws us. Oh boy, that is really rough. I'm not sure how this is gonna really push us back, like bad. We're just gonna, damn, that really screwed us over. All right, Words of Power, 2 actions to get rid of it. Let's move to here, and that ends our turn. He engages us. Turn ends, he hits us for 1 damage, which we put here. And then draw a card and gain a resource. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We drew a Glimmer of Hope. Gain a resource. And then Doom on the agenda. That puts us at 4, 5, 6. Doom advances. Shuffle the encounter discard pile. There are 3 acts in place, so we don't add an extra Doom on there. So this gets shuffled. We're not doing too well. We've gotten some victory points, but we are on a time crunch here. Okay. Great. Brotherhood cultist. I hate these guys with a passion. Okay, now we've got our hands full as well. So let's start shooting people. So we've got 32 Colt, and we spent the ammo, so we're going to shoot the Wizard of the Order, putting us at a 6 to a 4. +1. Okay, he's dead. I forgot to add the Doom at the end of the Mythos phase, but he's dead anyways. And this guy here, these guys are super duper annoying. Gonna try and just evade him for right now, because I just don't have the time to try and hit him because he keeps getting bigger. So, and he gets Doom. So we're gonna commit. We're gonna did one action. Yeah, we'll commit Glimmer of Hope to try and evade him, putting us a 3 to a 2. A Skull. There are no Doom on enemies, so that's a success. He is evaded. And then for action number 3, we'll move to the cave. Turn ends. He readies. We draw a card and gain a resource. So we'll gain another resource here. Take the initiative. Good. Doom on the agenda. We need to move quickly. Hunting Shadow. You must spend a clue or take... We'll spend a clue. We don't need it. And let's investigate. We're going to do a 3 to a 3. -3. I was hoping for a -2. All right, let's not waste any more time. We'll commit evidence. That puts us a 5 to a 3. Let's go. So we take a damage because that was an even. We'll take it. But we do get a clue. Okay. Action number 3. We will use Look What I Found for 2 intellect icons, putting us a 5 to a 3. -2. Good enough. We grab that clue. Okay, so we're going to spend the 2 clues to advance this. Shuffle the encounter discard pile. Discard cards until Cultist is discarded. Okay. So we have 1 action left. No, we don't. That was our 3rd action. So this, whatever Cultist we get is going to hit us. All right, here we go. Words of Power, Hunting Shadow. Here's an Acolyte. Good. We got the easiest one to deal with. Okay. Turn ends. He hits us for 1 damage. We will put it on this thing. He moves. And it engages us. Hitting us for 1 horror. Which we put there. Now we draw a card. Daring. And we gain a resource. So clearly, we have plenty of resource generation. So this emergency cash is not a necessity. Okay. Let's go add a Doom to the agenda. Wizard of the Order. We'll put him right there at Rivertown. Mythos phase ends. He gets a Doom. Let's try and shoot the Acolyte. Not shoot, but just punch him. If we punch him, it's going to be a 4 to a 3. We could use lucky. And then for this guy, we could just commit these. Yeah, so let's do... We'll use take the initiative to put our combat at a 7 to hit the Brotherhood cultist with an automatic. So that puts us at an 8. 8 to a 3 for the Brotherhood cultist. -2. So he takes 2 damage. And then we're going to shoot him again. This time we're going to use daring, putting us at a 8 to a 4. 8 to a 4. 0. He's dead. I didn't put the doom on him. I know he gains doom every time I do that, but I was using the proper bonuses that he got. He dies. So 1 down. Now, the Acolyte has a bonus of +1 health and +1 combat. So we're attacking a 4 to a 4. So in this case, I think what I want to do is just shoot him so that I can get that bonus. So we're going 5 to a 4. And if we fail, we're going to use lucky. Oh, -5. That's a failure. That really sets us back. That sets us back. Oh, God. Yeah, that ends our turn. So he hits us for 1. Yeah, we'll take it. Let's draw a card. Hopefully it's something good. See another crime. That doesn't help us here. We gain a resource. Doom on the agenda. And locked door. That goes right there. That's a whiff. Wizard of the Order gains... Oh my god, this is not good. We are going to lose very quickly here. If we can't kill this guy this turn, we lose. So we'll attack him twice, and then if we don't hit him both times, we're just going to resign. Yeah. Actually, even if we hit him both times, this guy will doom us out at the end. So we lose here, but we can at least try to finish this agenda by killing this guy. So let's try it. We'll just we'll try to punch him. Here we go. 4 to... I don't even know how we're going to hit him. 4 to a 4. Hey, Elder Sign. And we can move damage or horror from here to here. We're not going to do that. So he takes a damage. Last one. 4 to a 4. That's an Elder thing. That's a -2. We will use lucky. Acolyte dies. And we have completed this act. Yay! And we get Ichitaka in our ally spot. And then we resign. Because he'll doom us out next round. So that's the end of it. Okay, thoughts here. So we got, let me see how many victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points. 5, 6, 7, because we advanced. Each act 1 that you've advanced, you get a victory point. So that's a good amount of experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 experience points. Not bad. We got to resign. Yeah, this was a decent run. So thoughts on the cards on the deck. This card is fantastic. Definitely love that I have 3 copies of that. Do not need any more damage soak. Someone made a comment about Beat Cop being a bad card in Tommy. I get what they're saying if you're building, to use the Beat Cop for Tommy's ability, but that's not why I have him there. The level 2 Beat Cop would work better, clearly, because it'll do both purposes. But this is here to shoot like this guy, like if I had a Beat Cop in play and this guy with the 2 health from this agenda was there and I couldn't hit him, I could have used the Beat Cop to just get that eke out that final damage. Or this Brotherhood cultist, which are really annoying because every time you attack, he gets stronger and harder to hit. So that's really why I have him there, is to ping that 1 little extra health that I can't get to. And it would have worked if I had a Beat Cop in my hand, but I didn't get. I got one early on that I used for a test. I committed to a test. Emergency cash, not necessary, so we'll definitely get rid of that. I'm kind of glad those cards weren't released yet because I don't think I needed them. It would have been nice to do some extra damage here and there or get an extra attack action with like counter punch or whatever, but damage-wise, we were doing okay. I think we maybe need another weapon in here. I was running out of ammo, and with the amount of resources, to be fair, if I got Becky early on, these all would be ammo on Becky, so I wouldn't be running low on ammo. But I do think I need one more weapon. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of emergency cash and then get a weapon in its place. That is, I think, a good call. As far as other things, damage soak, I didn't really need much. This kind of handles it very well. 3 damage, 3 horror is a nice buffer. Take heart. I don't know that I actually will be actually using that. So we're going to probably replace emergency cash and take heart. A Glimmer of Hope, I didn't get to use, but this card is... Oh, I did get to use it. Never mind. But it's a great card. Luckies have been fantastic. Evidence I didn't get to use very much, but those 2 intellect icons are certainly helpful. I think I'll keep evidence, just, because it seems okay. The 32 Colt would have been hard to use in Tommy. Even though I ran out of ammo with the 45, the 32 Colt, without that +1 to hit, I think hinders Tommy because his combat is only a 4. So I might replace this. The Hollowed Mirror, I have so much damage soak, I don't think I need the Hollowed Mirror. So, to be fair, great card, but in Tommy, just not necessary. I mean, I don't even have that much damage soak in here other than 3 copies of that one card, and that was more than enough. So, Hollowed Mirror's getting replaced, Take Heart, Emergency Cash, 32 Colt. I think getting more ways to pick up clues, if I can get another copy of Scene of the Crime, that would be good. I think I'll do that. And then maybe a few more skill cards and an extra weapon. Everything else, I think, worked out pretty well. So we'll go with what we have here with these changes, and we'll see how that plays out on the next playthrough.